on trial. For what it's worth, it was worth all the while. It's something unpredictable, but in the end is right. I hope you had the time of your life.
Good afternoon and welcome to our 2021 CALS Middle School in-person graduation. It's good to say that. We've been virtual all year. My name's Mr. Sanchez. It's the first time meeting a lot of you. I've seen your faces. Actually, I've seen more of your foreheads on Zoom than your faces, but the foreheads look familiar. So welcome. It's good to see you here. I'm glad we all got dressed up today to come to school. Very excited to be here with you. Bienvenidos a nuestra graduación de 2021 de CALS Middle School. Es la primera graduación en 2 años que tenemos en persona. Mi nombre es el señor Sánchez. Es mi primer año aquí. Es un gusto conocerlos en persona finalmente. Entonces ya vamos a empezar nuestra ceremonia y bienvenidos. So, first I'd like to talk to you guys. Thank you for being here. Thank you for jumping out of bed today and getting over here and getting dressed and getting ready to go. It's been a very interesting year. You guys have gone through a lot. Last year, you were all in school. Then they shut us down, and we've been away for a whole year. Are we good? Everybody's here? This is the same reaction we get on Zoom, so it's okay. So, if you think about it, this last year has been interesting. You've been through a pandemic, riots, social unrest, the presidential race, and then what followed, different events that took place that shaped your lives in the history of this last year. So not only is your last year virtual, but it's a historical year and a momentous year in your life. So we want to definitely acknowledge that you've been through a lot, you've done a lot. You've made it through the first virtual year of anyone's education, so thank you for that. And we're here to honor you and celebrate you and make sure that we all recognize your accomplishments and how successful you've been over the last year. So thank you, graduating class. Can we give them a hand, please? So this has definitely been a team effort. Teachers, staff, parents, family members, neighbors, whoever got involved in your education was a part of the team this year. So it's been an interesting year. Definitely it's going to be a team effort up here today. I want to make sure we highlight everyone who was important here and making sure you were successful. Este año fue muy importante trabajar en equipo, fuimos un equipo muy grande aquí en la escuela, los maestros, todas las personas que los apoyaban en casa, los padres, los tíos, cualquier persona que se involucró con ellos en su educación fue parte del equipo este día y como van a ver va a ser un esfuerzo de un equipo acá arriba y los vamos a celebrar así. Así que me da gusto presentarles a su maestra de este año de Cohort de Hope, la señorita Eads. So I present to you Miss Eads to share a few words about the Hope cohort that she had advisory for this whole year. Let's give her a hand.
Thank you, Mr. Sanchez. And thank you all for being here today on this beautiful, sunny, warm Southern California day. I'm from Boston, and I only just arrived here in Los Angeles almost a year ago today, really. And these students here at Hope, these students in Hope here at CALS Middle School became like my family. I don't have any family in Los Angeles outside of them, so every morning I got to log on to Zoom and mostly hear them. Wasn't a lot of on-camera going on for us, but I'm immensely proud of the tenacity that they showed getting through this year. I know we had a lot of struggles. We've had internet outages and power school outages and all kinds of stuff go on, but we persevered, and you're here today. You know, we had ups and downs, and we just kept going, and I'm so terribly proud of you and the work that we did together. And I could not have been happier to see you show up in my Zoom room every single morning for me for the past 9 months. I know that we had a quiet time, but it was still lovely. And the things that you have shared with me and the work that you have done will stay with me as I continue on here in Southern California. So you'll always be my first class here, and and I will never forget you. And I hope all the best for you. I know that you have much that you can and will achieve. I've seen what you've already been able to do, and very little will compare to what you've had to go through this year of virtual learning. And as Mr. Sanchez said, we've had a very unique year. So, your name's almost flew away. So thank you, and you should, I hope, be very proud of yourselves. Okay, so I have a a partner in crime and language here. Mr. Chalvaria is going to give me some support. It is with great pleasure that we present the first distinction of the day, the honor of salutatorian. The salutatorian is recognized by having the highest GPA in their cohort and second only to the valedictorian. The GPA is calculated by a student's cumulative GPA from 6th grade to the first semester of 8th grade.
Buenas tardes, papás, estudiantes. Un honor estar aquí presente con ustedes. Vamos a reconocer a un estudiante. Es un gran placer presentar la primera distinción del día en honor del salutatorian. El salutatorian es reconocido por tener el GPA más alto en su clase y solo separado por el valedictorian. El GPA se calcula mediante el GPA acumulativo del estudiante desde el 6º grado hasta el 8º grado. Y hoy la escuela CALS Middle School le otorga este honor a...
This year, CALS Middle School is proud to bestow this honor on Daniela Gonzala Parra.
Good afternoon, teachers, mentors, administrators, and of course the graduating class of 2021. My name is Daniela Gonzalez. Graduation marks the yet of another extraordinary chapter in our lives, with this chapter closing and many of us feeling different emotions. Sad, excited, warm-hearted, but most importantly, happy to have ended one of the most stressful years of our lives. Unlike an English book, we cannot skip through the pages of life to see how long the next one will be. We all have different stories that have not been written yet. However, as CALS graduates, we have been handed paper and ink to write our own amazing stories we made here. It has been a strange year for all of us, but we made it. We all went through distance learning together and handled it in different ways. Some of us learned from our beds or our living rooms, but one thing is for sure, we knew we were not the only ones. We learned new things about ourselves and people around us. However, we still have a lot to learn from this. No matter where we go or what we do, there are challenges ahead of us. We persevered through a not-so-normal year, but we cannot stop here. This graduation has already shown us how capable we are of accomplishing goals we cannot commit to ourselves. This graduation has recognized each student for their achievements and persevering through a hard school year. Nevertheless, graduation is not an end goal itself. It is instead a part of a larger journey of life. Despite the challenges we faced, we did it all. We accomplished one of the major milestones of our lives, leaving off to high school. It went by fast, just like our parents said it would. There is a universal truth we all have to face, whether or not we want to. Everything eventually ends. As much as I've looked forward to this day, I always disliked endings. However, endings are unpreventable. Leaves fall, you close the book, you say goodbye. Today is one of those days for us. We are leaving and that hurts. There is no need to forget the people who are so much a part of us. They'll be with us no matter what. Never forget the small voices in our hearts that will be with us always. But as Winnie the Pooh said, how lucky am I to have something that makes saying goodbye so hard. For some of you, it's waiting to get out of school and get on with your life. For many others, it's a big step forward into your future. But for me, it's a moment to appreciate the people who helped me get through these years of my life. First of all, I'd like to thank my family and their support and love and their constant get out of bed, Daniela. Secondly, I'd like to thank my teachers for being very diligent and supportive this year and for giving me hope that hard work does pay off. I really want to thank my 8th grade teachers understand how much they impacted me and helped me open the door into the real world. But for the first time, it will be tremendously hard to let go of these amazing teachers. But as Gustave said, if you focus on what you left behind, you will never be able to see what lies ahead. They helped me grow and understand the real meaning of support. They had every ounce of confidence in my classmates and myself. Lastly, I'd also like to thank my two amigas, Isabella Barajas and Vanity Gomez, for pushing me through my hardest moment these past few years. Like one of them said, sometimes when things are falling apart, they are actually falling into place. Dr. Seuss once said, waiting for the fish to bite or waiting for the wind to fly a kite, or waiting around for Friday night, or waiting perhaps for their Uncle Jake, or a pot to boil, or a better break, or a string of pearls, or a pair of pants, or a wing with curls, or another chance. Everyone is just waiting. With this quote, I hope you understand to make the most of present time and give little thought to the future. Live as today was your last day. Thank you for everyone, and congratulations to the class of 2021.
Congratulations. Thank you, Daniela. That was beautiful. Thank you for speaking. All right, our Spirit Award recognition is next. Our second award of the day is the Spirit Award. The Spirit Award is an honor bestowed upon a scholar who embodies the spirit of perseverance. They overcome obstacles and never accept no as an answer. No obstacle is ever too big for them to surpass, and they always stay positive on their journey. This year, we bestow that honor upon Chris Beltran. There he is.
Nuestro segundo premio del día es el Spirit Award. El Spirit Award es un honor otorgado a un alumno que encarna el espíritu de perseverancia. Superan obstáculos y nunca aceptan un no como respuesta. Ningún obstáculo es demasiado grande para que lo superen y siempre se mantienen positivos en su viaje. Este año otorgamos este honor a Cristo Beltrán.
Good afternoon, class of 2021 teachers, staff, and family. My name is Chris Beltran, and first I would like to say thank you to all of my teachers who could make this possible. Right now, I wouldn't be up here without them. This year was one of my hardest years ever because we had to get used to a lot of the new methods of online school. Everything became a challenge. I started losing hope. Another thing that added toward that was my inability to do certain subjects such as math, the different equations, the different problems I couldn't solve. My parents kept telling me that I had to get on top of it, that I had to do something about it. And that little glimmer of hope made me push myself further. And I finally went to the office hours, and I got the help that I had needed. I want to take a second to thank them because they mean the world to me. And right now, this award is dedicated to them. The confidence in me that was given to me by my parents was probably one of the greatest things I've ever received in my entire life. I probably cried that entire day. It was sad. It was hopeful. I realized that the thing that pushed me was support. The support from my family, the support from my teachers, the support from my classmates. That is what I needed. That is what we all need. Congratulations to the class of 2021. We made it, and we'll move on in the future.
Thank you. As you can see, we have amazing students, amazing families, amazing stories here. And I've had the chance to be part of this community for 1 year, and I'm in awe every day of the things they say and how they express themselves and the things they share. So that has a lot to do with you, parents. Thank you. Tengo un año aquí, todavía me estoy enterando qué magníficos son estos niños, sus pensamientos, lo que comparten, cómo traen alegría todos los días a la escuela y a nosotros. Pero solo tengo un año aquí, así que quería hoy presentarles a la señorita PUC, que va a compartir sobre este grupo y que está graduando hoy, porque aquí tiene los 3 años igual que ellos. Y quería que compartiera unas palabras. Ms. Poot is now our Dean of Academics, and she is going to come up here because she started here the same time you guys got here in 6th grade. And I think I'd like her to share some of the amazing things that she's experienced with this group. So without further ado, Ms. Poot.
Thank you, Mr. Sanchez. Just like he mentioned, I came to PUC CALS Middle School 3 years ago as a 7th grade teacher, and they were just 6th graders with Mr. Garza and with Mr. Reyes. And the one thing that made me shift from elementary teacher to middle is that middle is about the exploration of what they like and exploring what those things are. Yes, there's still math. Yes, there's still English. But in this group, the first year that I stepped out of the classroom, I wanted them to explore what it meant to do activities after school. And if we travel back into 7th grade, it was that one thing we did at the end of the school year that meant the world to me, and that's when we had water day, if you guys remember. The simplicity of exploring water as a science teacher and how it just shapes into any form and travels through all sorts of things. And to me, that captured it all. The fact that they are still kids growing and exploring is really what just propels me into being an educator. To see them laugh, to see them explore. And we've even had experiences where Ms. Rosa, our inclusion assistant, Ms. Fernandez, she's completely into anime, and we have, I believe, Ivan and many more in here, Ivan Salas, who is our student, who were just so thrilled to look at how you can build something in a miniature scale and what that means with thinking of being the science teacher, all the engineering part that goes into that design work. And that's really what the middle school ages is all about. So para continuar en español, sí, ellos fueron mi primer grupo. Generalmente era una maestra de elemental, pero que tenía tanta curiosidad de qué es el grupo de 6º a 8º. Y entré aquí como ciencias, la maestra de ciencias en 7º, y quería ver qué es más de lo que es inglés, matemáticas, lo general, porque en esta edad es de explorar. Y si nos ponemos a pensar de un tiempo, el año pasado cuando estaban en 7º, era ese día donde estamos jugando con agua y es algo sencillo, que puede recorrer en todo tipo de lugar, en formas, y como ellos todavía a esta edad están explorando. Tenemos niños aquí como Ivan y otros niños también que estaban en ese grupo con Rosa Fernández, que está interesada en todo tipo de cosas. Les dio algo para construir y en la forma que está diseñado es en realidad porque nosotros estamos aquí en 6º y 8º. So it is just a pleasure to see the fascination year through year of what it means to know things for the first time. Because we have already done it, but they have not yet. And that is the most thrilling part, that they can change the future in just the right thinking pattern. So it is just incredible to see them do this year in year as a teacher. So, en general, la curiosidad de nuestros niños es lo que me hace nomás hacerlo de nuevo, que están explorando cosas por la primera vez, y por esa curiosidad, ese pensamiento, es algo que puede cambiar nuestro futuro. En nuestra situación, sí, tuvimos un año muy difícil, pero aprendieron muchas cosas en ese proceso. Algo que quizás no se vea captado en este año. So it gives me the great honor to showcase some of our excellence on campus. And we are honoring 3 scholars in this graduation. We have a salutatorian, and I'm going to ask her to stand up as recognition of that, and that is Daniela Gonzalez Parra and Crystals Beltran. Thank you. they are two of just the many highlights that CALS Middle School is all about. It is in our given name that we aspire for liberal studies. It is that one idea 20 years ago that created this charter school. And it is entrusted to Mr. Sanchez and I to continue that curiosity with them. Quería pedir que se pararan los dos, que son un ejemplo de qué es CALS Middle School. Hace 20 años se hizo esta escuela para explorar, para tener curiosidad. Y ahora está en nuestro cargo de Mr. Sánchez y yo de seguir ese patrón. Y claro que este año fue un poquito difícil, pero no significa que va a parar. Es solamente un paso que se hizo corto de en realidad lo que podíamos hacer. So, thank you, scholars, for standing. We are going to continue with the excellence. We're going to go to the honors. Thank you so much for listening to just a snippet of what CALS Middle School is all about.
Founded in 1983, the President's Education Awards program honors graduating elementary, middle, and high school students for their achievement and hard work. The program has provided individual recognition from the President and the United States Secretary of Education to those students whose outstanding efforts have enabled them to meet challenging standards of excellence. Students with a GPA of 3.0 to 3.49 receive the Silver Seal recognition, and students with a GPA of 3.5 to 4.0 receive the Gold Seal Presidential Certificate. Please join us in recognizing our recipients for this year.
Este reconocimiento fue fundado en el año 1983. El programa de premios de educación del presidente rinde homenaje a los estudiantes de primaria, secundaria y preparatoria que se gradúan por sus logros y su arduo trabajo. El programa ha brindado un reconocimiento individual por parte del presidente y del secretario de Educación de los Estados Unidos a aquellos estudiantes cuyos esfuerzos sobresalientes les han permitido cumplir con los desafiantes estándares de excelencia. Los estudiantes con un GPA de 3.0 a 3.49 reciben el reconocimiento del sello de plata. Los estudiantes con un GPA de 3.5 a 4.0 reciben el certificado presidencial del sello de oro. Únanse a nosotros para reconocer a nuestros estudiantes de este año. Comenzamos con los estudiantes del sello dorado.
Our Silver Seal recipients are Haley Ameda, Yahani Perez, Ivan Salas, Steven Gonzalez, Beth Hernandez, not able to be here with us just yet is Melody Sanchez. Also not here is Victoria Guerra. Lastly, Leanne Aguilar. Congratulations. Our Gold Seal recipients are Isis Martinez. Daniela Gonzalez Para. And lastly, Quentin Henton. He was unable to join us as well.
We're going to ask the scholars that just received the presidential award, please stand. Please stand. If you received a gold or silver certificate, please stand. All right. Now, I'd like you to join us in honoring our scholars here. So if I can get a round of applause from everybody. One more time for them. And as you can tell, this recognition comes with either a silver or gold cord, a certificate with the seal they received, and a presidential pin. And in addition to that, you'll see that they got a medal with the white ribbon. That is the honor roll medal for here at CALS Middle School, and that also represents their success in achieving high academic standards with their GPA. Thank you very much, scholars. You may sit. Así que, como ven, recibieron una cuerda de color dorado o plateado, un certificado presidencial, y también la medalla que recibieron es de parte de la escuela, de su excelencia académica. And now we'd like to honor the most important people in here. Without you, this doesn't happen. I know it's been a difficult year, and it's because of you that they're here today. From the day you dropped them off in kindergarten and probably cried more than they did when you dropped them off, to yesterday morning when they didn't want to get up and log into Zoom class, and then they just roll over in bed, and we know they're in their pajamas, but they're there. So we're proud of them for that. You parents, thank you for everything you do every day in making sure that they're successful, that they're here, that they're engaged, that they continue to move forward. So scholars, I need you to stand up one more time, all of you. Turn around and face your parents and family. Les queremos dar las gracias a ustedes como padres, como familia, en apoyarnos todos los días. Sin ustedes, esto nunca sucede. Desde kinder, cuando los dejaron ese primer día hasta hoy, hasta cuando salgan de la preparatoria, es todo por ustedes y es un honor hoy que reciben ellos, pero también ustedes como familia. So scholars, if you can do me the favor and let's give your parents and family a round of applause. All right. Thank you, scholars. Let me turn around and please take your seats. Don't forget to tell them how much you appreciate them today and love them, because in 4 years, when you graduate high school, they might be crying their eyes out and might not be able to tell you then. So we're going to veer off the program a little bit. We have surprise certificates for some of our staff members. We want to honor them too. We have an amazing team, and without them, we can't do our jobs. So Ms. Poot is going to come up here and join us so we can pass those out. And it's kind of not a surprise anymore because we've done this 3 times. But it's still a surprise. They don't know who's going to get it. So vamos a recibir unos honores para los maestros. No estaba planificado esto, ellos no sabían qué iba a pasar, pero ya como una tercera ceremonia como que ya tenían idea, así que la señorita Pur les va a presentar unos certificados.
We have just such an amazing staff here at PUC CALS. And the amazingness doesn't always happen. If we think of school lunchrooms, sometimes not every teacher hangs out together. But if I do recall, all of them ventured into lunch before this ceremony. And that speaks in regards to everything that they do here at CALS and just the unity of teachers. You may have received phone calls from one or all of them this school year in regards to anything academic. And that's not necessarily true of every campus. It is sometimes rare to get a teacher to reach out. And it's just because of how close-knit they are. And in reality, in this school year, manifested all. So at the end of the year, we traditionally select a teacher. Sometimes the school leaders pick them. Sometimes we give it away to the teachers to select. In this case, they selected their teacher of the year for the camaraderie, for all of the hard work, the extra hours. And this person definitely, when anything asked from Ms. Torres, our school office manager with attendance, got it covered. And probably within the hour, I have been guilty of not necessarily answering emails until way after school, if it's anything office related. So without anything further, the Teacher of the Year goes out to Ms. Roque. Ms. Roque, if you can join us at the stage. Congratulations, my friend.
Thank you, everyone.
Ms. Roque. And then she's going to have to give a speech. Just kidding. But thank you to just all her hard work and dedication. Thank you for also responding to Ms. Roque, or if you've heard of her. She is our PE teacher. A school cannot function just only with teachers. It definitely needs some organization, some answering of phone calls, making sure attendance is captured for the day. And sometimes you may have even seen her multitask with food distribution if you have pulled up in her drive-thru. This award goes to the faculty member, Miss Melinda Magana, who is also here. Congratulations, Miss Magana.
Oh my God, thank you guys.
Now for the main event, the conferring of the degrees. As tradition, this is something we say to say that it's official. So in conjunction with the Board of Trustees and the faculty and staff, it is with great pleasure that we confer the graduates of the class of 2021 for successfully completing the coursework of study prescribed by the Board of Trustees and the faculty of PUC CALS Charter Middle School. So scholars, this is when we do this one thing. It's on your right-hand side. It's the tassel. We're going to pick it up from the right-hand side, and we're going to cross it over to the left. So go ahead and join me by doing that now. So now we're going to pick up an important document that I even have a copy of. We're going to pick up our diplomas and cheer them on. So if I can have just the right-hand side, the first row, in number order, join me to the right. And we're going to get started with the calling of names with our advisory teacher, Ms. Eads.
Students, when you come up, your teachers will be on either side, welcoming you to the stage. Leanne Aguilar. Adrian Alas. Haley Almeida. Christos Beltran. Congrats. Daniela Gonzalez Para. Joseph Soto Gonzalez. Victoria Guerra is not here. Quinton Henton is not here. Yvette Hernandez. Ashley Licea. Isis Martinez.
Randy Ocampo Carrasco. Alex Olascuaga. Russell Orbez. Jahani Perez. Daniela Ramírez. Naomi Rodríguez. Joaquín Rojas. Ivan Salas. Steven Santana González. Amber Tario, but she's not here today. Yes.
Before we close up, I want to acknowledge our staff and our teachers and how different this year has been for them too. They've been students, they've learned a lot, and in turn, you've learned from them. So I would like it if we could give them a round of applause to thank them for all their hard work this year. And in closing, we all want to thank you very much for bearing with us and doing this in a different way this year. But now I present to you the class of 2021.
Another turning point, a fork stuck in the road. Time grabs you by the wrist, directs you where to go. So make the best of this test and don't ask why. It's not a question but a lesson learned in time. It's something unpredictable, but in the end is right. I hope you had the time of your life.